It began actually when I was in high school, and I got introduced to tutoring my peers through a Key Club. And that's how it started when I was about freshman and sophomore. I was told to kind of think about, brainstorm what would I want to be. And I was one of those people that I was like, oh, well, I want to do this and this. I basically had interest all around. But I always knew that I geared towards something that served others. And I graduated actually from Arlington ISD, and one of their co-ops was Ready, Set, Teach. And so I said, well, you know what, I love working with kids, I love helping others, let me go ahead and try this program. So I did, fell in love. Oh, that's a difficult one. If it had to be app, I'd probably say I really enjoy clickers. Just the whole concept of it. So it's great to use to mix things up. My kids never get tired of using the clickers that I use in class, but nevertheless, for review, I don't want to say, oh, take out your clickers again, take out your clickers again. I still want this technology to not kind of go outdated, and so I like to switch it up. So clickers is kind of the same concept. You create your classes by block. Each student has their own individual card. You can post through the website questions that are multiple choice, and they can rotate their card, and you use your iPad in class to scan it and get that immediate feedback of how many people got the question correct, how many missed it, and so it gives that instantaneous feedback. And so I really like this as another way, and each individual child has to respond just like the clickers. So it's a different way of incorporating this app, the technology, and it keeps things fresh, if you want to say it that way, because you're always interchanging. You're not just using the same thing over and over again. I believe in constant communication. I think parents really appreciate to know what's going on in the room, what's happening, what's due. So incorporated to build relationship with my kiddos and their parents, and to incorporate technology. I have a class website, classjump.com. I post every copy of notes, activity that we've done in class for them to reference to use in their interactive notebook. I post copies, PDF versions of the homework, because I actually give homework online. And there's different websites that you can use. Last year, I implemented briefly Edimodo. This year, I'm utilizing Mentoring Minds, which is a program that the district has purchased. And so all their homework is online. They access that. It gives instantaneous feedback to them, to parents, and then it generates a report for me as well to break down the analysis. In the classroom itself, it's really interesting to see how into kids get to incorporating technology. And one of my favorites is a spinning wheel that I can control on the slate, and it's just a regular website. You hit make my decisions or spinning wheel, and you can edit it. And so it always gets a little tricky when you have a larger class, but you can save it and then come back to it. So at the beginning of the year, when I was still remembering kids' names and faces, I'd use that to call on people. And so it'd be interesting to them, see them, standing at the edge and say, who's it gonna land on? And then it lands on it, I say the kid's name, and then they answer the question. And so that helped a lot. And it was always interesting because they'd be excited to see who's going to get called on, who comes next, and then I'm reinforcing the names. Something else that I did a lot, the very first activity that we did with this, actually, I said, I want you to text in something that Ms. Rios should know about you, and find keywords about yourself, things like that. So it'd be interesting to see kids tell me hashtag, one said problem solver, and I said, oh, I wouldn't get a lot of those. But I had others who said number athlete. They're a big athlete. And so reading those, going through them, being like, okay, who do you think this is? And the kids would tell them, oh, that must be that so-and-so. Or, oh, we don't know who is it. And they'd be like, oh, that's me. And so that was a really cool get to know you activity that we incorporated well. It varies between CNN, BBC, or Facebook. Those are some of the first apps that I access in the morning, kind of to wake me up, because it tells me what's going on in the world, what is occurring.